How we doing, everybody? This is another segment that I like to call Dig This Ish, which is information shared humbly with your good man, Ron Digg. Today, I wanted to talk about another sensitive topic, Mr. Charlie Kirk. First, I want to start off by saying condolences to his family, his wife, and his kids. Also, rest in peace, good sir. I'm not gonna say I was a fan, but nobody deserves to go out like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think of that person. Nobody deserves to go out like that. But while we on the topic of how he went out, I seen that a lot of people was comparing him to like MLK or Malcolm X. When me personally, what happened to him remind me of JFK. Reminds me of President Lincoln. You know what I mean? I feel like what happened to him had nothing to do with race. It had nothing to do with this ongoing back and forth. I think it was a political thing. You know what I mean? And this is why. Take a look at this.
And irresponsible when considering a global rise in vaccine distrust and deaths from vaccine preventable diseases, including measles and meningitis.
Well, first of all, number one, you can use your own agency and you can get 9 COVID shots if you want. I'm not preventing that. I think, though, that a robust conversation needs to happen that inoculations have risen across America. I'll just talk about America. I know this for certain. Inoculation and vaccine rates have risen, and chronic diseases are higher than ever. And there is a perplexing rise in a lot of the secondary and third tier issues. Of course, I'm pro-vaccine. If you want to get vaccines, we should do it prudently, we should do it appropriately, we should do it smartly. But in the same way, we should also simultaneously respect medical freedom and religious conscience. The criticism is this. I'm not a scientist and I don't play one on TV, but I use human reason and one would say common sense to also ask the very simple question. The public health authorities got almost every major problem of every question of COVID wrong. Why should we continue to delegate trust to them? Trust is earned, it is not given. And so, yeah, look, I'm sure someone's going to ask a question or two about that. That's fine. I'm by no means a quote unquote expert on all that. But let me also question this. The experts, they have to now, number one, you have to apologize when you get something really wrong. And I think you have to get back into the public square and prove to us why we should trust you when
And I 100% agree. Not only do I agree, but I notice that most people who take that same stance, something happens to them. They get canceled from a show that been on TV for decades. They get removed from a position that they had for years. And sadly to say, in some cases, they get moved out the way. And all this for what? So you can start some type of beef, get some type of division going. You already got the nuts coming out. Take a look at this.
Mr. President, I implore you, call for a civil war. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
See? And to me personally, that's what it seemed like they wanted. That's what it seemed like they wanted the outcome to be. You know what I mean? Think about it. The world's getting better. More every day, more and more people are opening their eyes and seeing things for what the world really is. We know who the enemy is. And here they go, trying to get us to believe that we are each other's enemy. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. These are just my opinions. You know what I mean? Just speculating a little bit. But let me know in the comments, man. Y'all stay up.